I want you to tell me the very first impression that you have as you come down to the surface. What do you see down there below you?
I feel lighter.
Lighter?
My arms are like numb.
You feel lighter.
I had it one time in a meditation when I wanted to go home. It felt like home. I just wanted to tap into the Akashic space, and then I went directly to the source, and then I cried. And I didn't want to go back. And it's the same sadness that I feel right now coming up on my chest.
So you feel like as if you are again tapping into the source energy?
I'm just alone, and my body feels lighter. Feels familiar.
As if you've been there before. Isn't this a good feeling? So you feel comfortable?
I feel like I'm just there. There's nothing but me. Light.
Is it a good feeling to be there now? Do you like it to be there?
It's peaceful. But it's also nothing to do right now.
It's okay. We don't always need to do something, right?
Yeah.
Perhaps you might enjoy just being there for a while without needing to do anything. You can just allow yourself to be in that place, enjoy that experience, absorb the energy that this space has. What energy do you feel in this place?
I'm just floating around. And it's kind of feels like strong energy. My body or whatever I have feels like warm, hot. Not hot, but more like there's a tingling.
How would you describe yourself if you were to look at yourself now from...
I don't have a body.
Okay.
I don't see or feel I have a body. I think I'm just pure energy.
Do you feel the presence of any other kind of consciousness?
I feel different.
Tell me about it.
I feel shaking, vibrating. I feel it now, hard in my chest, but in my fingers.
So you feel it on your physical body? How does it feel?
Safe.
Safe. Beautiful. Where is this energy coming from?
From the source.
Beautiful. What is the purpose? What is it doing?
Sending love.
Sending love. Beautiful.
I'm getting sad again.
Whatever feeling rises, allow it. It needs to be released. Don't suppress it. Let it express itself. It's okay. You're in a safe place.
It's a feeling of love. It's getting into my body. And it's a nice feeling. It's warm and powerful and so big.
So I want you to allow this energy to enter your whole being. I want you to allow this energy to move anywhere it wants to allow this energy to move throughout your whole physical body, wherever it wants to go. This energy is pure and intelligent, so allow it to move throughout your whole body and through your blood and cells and bones and wherever it wishes to move. Let it fill you up with its loving energy. As this energy is moving through you, is there anything you would like to share with me from this experience that you're having now?
It goes everywhere. And it makes me shaking. Also in my hands and on my shoulders. No more on my chest. It's more on my upper body. I feel it.
Beautiful. So we allow this energy to do whatever it needs to do. I think your team and your guides have orchestrated this for you today because this is exactly what you needed. Be bathed in this energy from source.
It's very peaceful and calm and quiet.
I wonder what is the purpose of this energy transmission, and I would like to ask if I have permission to connect with your higher self, with your true self. May I speak to that part of you and ask some questions?
Yes.
Wonderful, thank you so much. So I would like to ask if you could tell us a little bit more about what Bella is experiencing right now and why.
She's one of us and she needs to feel the love that we have and that's inside of her. She needs to feel connected, that there's so much love. She wants to give and she wants to perceive and to control and has just love.
That's her true essence. So you wanted her to reconnect with who she really is, with the energy of her true essence.
Yes, to reconnect with herself, and she also knows it already. She knows it since a couple of days, like really much and hard, because that's why she's always like struggling, because she sees through the people and she sees the essence and she sees the love, but they don't understand her, and she just like her essence is talking with the ego from the other people, and that makes her feel uncomfortable, because that's the reason why she's always being so disappointed after it. Because she sees the true essence of the people, but the people doesn't see the true essence of themselves yet.
Yeah. So that's a gift that has opened up for her.
Yes, and that's her talent. Damn question.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So she recently became aware of that.
Yeah, she's always had it in herself, but she didn't know it. She didn't want to let it. She didn't think that's a talent. She more thought it's something she needs to get rid of, because it was very frustrating for her. every time to have people and to help people, but then she lost the people again, and they didn't want anymore to be with her because she showed her a mirror, but she also doubted herself because she saw the true essence of these people, but they always told her that she was wrong and that that's not right what she perceives and what she sees.
So she was getting frustrated
Mm-hmm.
with herself.
Yes.
So she was then also doubting herself.
Yeah, she was doubting herself every time, and that keeps her frustrated, and it was a circle of doubts, and that's why we let her lead it to us. She needed to know who she is and who she was down to her core, and that we're always there.
So now that we are in this place, that she is in that place, intimately connected with her true essence and the energy of who she really is, and able to bring that wisdom through, what is it that you would like to say to her?
She has us. She has herself. She's so connected and she's so there. She always knows the answer, and she needs to trust herself.
Yeah, this is something that she wanted to get a little bit deeper and get more clarity today about, because she has entered this new phase of her life that she wants to be service to others, and she wanted to know what are her true gifts and how to use them.
Mm-hmm. Being authentic. She's funny, and she's caring and loving, and she always thinks she needs to know this and these, and she's always doubting herself because there's so much to learn. Yeah, that's true. But she knows everything already.
It's inside of her, right?
Yes, it's inside of her, and she also knows it, but she always looks left and right, and she sees all these nice, amazing people and also energy worker, and she always thinks she's not good enough to do this work. But it's like, it's just
still an illusion, right?
Yeah. She just needs to be herself.
Mm-hmm.
And she does a good job already. And I'm happy that she is like getting rid every day of so many layers.
She's working a lot on herself lately, right? She has done an amazing job, right?
Yeah.
So you're proud of her?
Yeah, I'm proud of her. She also needs a break, though. It's too much that she's working right now on herself.
She needs to take some time off?
Yeah, just like little time, but it was so much with her ex-boyfriend and the emotions, and with Emily, and with her job and the moving and everything. She's always like, she's so reflecting, and I think that's also like a really good gift what she has. She's so self-reflecting and always there for friends, but we try to get in touch with her as soon as we think she needs a break, and the good part is that she's like really receiving it and turns off her phone and gets into the bathtub and doing like nice music on. That's already like really helpful.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So she needs a little bit self-care now again?
Yeah.
Break?
Yeah, this year was tough.
Yeah, it was.
It was too much. It was good. She needed it, but it was tough.
Yeah. On many levels, right?
Really many levels. Emotional wise as well. So much that she needs to focus on right now, and so much she learned about herself, what she wants, and she's always talking to us in every possibility, and that's good.
So she is already very connected with that part of herself. She's just not aware of it. She just thought it was just her own mind. She was asking me like, I don't know if I'm connecting with my higher self or if I'm connecting with my ego.
Yeah, she's funny.
Yeah. It's a human thing, right?
Yeah, it is. That's always a human thing. They're funny.
And since we opened this topic, she told me that she's writing, and when she's writing, it flows so naturally. And I made that comment that she's perhaps very connected at that moment when she's writing. Do you want to say anything about that? Is that true?
She's connected, and she's receiving, and she always had the thing like writing. It was always in her mind. She always channeled when she was a child, and then it was just not. Yeah, it went away with everything else.
But she picked up again, right?
Yes.
She started writing again.
Yes, and she knows it, but she finds it very. She really needs to concentrate, and sometimes she's like really. It's not easy for her to concentrate sometimes. She knows it's good for her, but she has so much. She always wants so much to do with her morning routine, she calls it. And then she wants to do yoga, and then she wants to do meditation, and then she just wants to channel and journaling, and then she wants to listen to music, and she wants to do sport, and then she doesn't even know where to start.
So maybe they should minimize. Is that what you're trying to say? That
Yeah.
She should perhaps minimize her tasks. Less is more.
Yeah, I mean, she does a good job. She wants to journal, to keep the journal on Sunday. I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
Not to do it every day because it's too overwhelming for her. She really needs to focus and not to do so much stuff again anymore.
I would like to ask you about the future. Her plans to move to Bali. Can you talk to us about that? What is your perspective? Should she do it? If so, when?
She needs to go to Bali, and she needs to work with Martin and Marie. And we also told her this one time. She's so funny.
Yeah.
She knows it already, and she also knows when. We said it one time to her after she did her exam for the psychotherapy, and she will go to Bali, and she will be there. She also dreams about it, and she also always see herself in these like Balinese clothes, and she really likes it. She wants to have a peaceful atmosphere, and she wants to reconnect with people, and she does a good job already because she's already in a big WhatsApp group with Bali people, and I mean, we received, and now she really needs to let it go and just flow with it.
Yeah. Seems that she's resonating with this place a lot, that it's a good place for her.
Yeah, because the vibe is high, the frequency is high. That's where she can work and serve for her highest good. She is like pure, and we can plant seeds in her mind. And it's just like pure and no doubt. And when we plant seeds in her mind, she just does it. There is no questioning. And that's good.
That's good news. That's really good. That's really good news. Regarding her practice, what do you think is the path that she should focus on, and if there is one specific one in between all the things that she's doing? Does she need to specialize in focus in one?
No, she should get more practice in QHHT because she's so happy and excited about it all the time. And there is so much more to understand for her. She's really open for it, and she's good. She's doing a good job, and she wants that everyone knows it, and she wants to help so many people, but she does it on a good, clever side, because she only talks to people who are really interested in it. And she doesn't want that. And for the other people who are not open for it, I think it's a good idea to be, psychotherapy. And then to get more and more people to understand there's also a different way of healing, and not only the Western medicine.
Yeah. So it's a nice bridge, right?
Yes, it's a nice bridge.
Psychotherapy is a good tool for people who are a little bit more into mainstream and...
Yeah, exactly, because it's a good thing for her to have a title. Humans always need to have a title, but having a title about being a therapeutic, about psychotherapy, and then with this title she can do like energy healing and Reiki and QHHT, and even today she bought herself a book about Theta healing, and that's good. She's I think this is what she really needs to be in touch with, because it's so easy for her. She's so connected and so full of love. It's funny how simple it is for her.
It's so simple that
it's too simple.
Yes.
She thinks it's too simple.
There must to be true.
Exactly. She was always trying to find the really everywhere she wants to try and find the most complicated thing, and then she's like wondering why she doesn't understand it. But it's too complicated, and she doesn't need to be so complicated. She's not a professor or a doctor or whatever, and she doesn't need to be.
So she's challenging herself all the time.
Yes, because she doesn't understand that this is already a gift, and she doesn't understand that from other people that's not a gift. She doesn't see it that it's something special that she has to offer, but it is,
because it's her in her nature.
Yes, exactly.
She didn't need to study it and learn it. She carries it inside her.
Exactly, and now it unfolds it from every day to every day.
Beautiful. So is this her part of her mission, to help others, to be service to others?
Yeah, it always was. And it always will. This is her mission, and it fulfills her. It makes her happy.
She wonders why sometimes she cannot express what she has inside her. Trust.
All about the trust.
Okay. So that's why she has this block. She doesn't trust herself enough?
Yeah, because she has the information within, but she's like blocking at it. I can't really communicate clear with her, because she needs to understand that she's already special, and that what she can offer is already special, and that what she knows and the way she wants to tell people that is okay and it's perfect. She doesn't need to know any superficial words or any strong medical words. She doesn't need it. She just needs to she needs to talk, and that's it.
Okay, so she's confusing herself on the way.
Yeah, she's confusing herself on the way, and she's always like doubting herself that she's not good enough. And
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, because she was asking if it's possible to rewire her brain so that she can remember facts and knowledge, and express herself better. Is this something that she needs?
I mean, we can help her.
Okay.
We can help her to get these information that she needs, that she feels comfortable and safe. And when she feels comfortable and safe, then she gets in tune with it more and more. And then it feels naturally to her, and she doesn't think anymore that she doesn't communicate clear. We can do it.
Would you like to do it now, or once she sleeps?
I can do it both. I can start now, and then I finish it when she sleeps.
Okay. Do you want me to remain silent while you're doing it, or can we continue discussing?
I'm trying also to get rid of the self-doubt, but you can just keep going.
Okay. So yeah, this is a programming that needs to be uninstalled, so to say, right, from her brains. It doesn't need this sabotaging thoughts.
No, and it was already. I don't know why she has it even. Her brain was totally fine when she came down here. And then humans come and just, I don't understand why they're always doing that.
Well, yeah, it's part of the human conditioning.
I know.
So you can get rid of that negative belief system from her brain. Wonderful. Wonderful. I think they will really appreciate that.
I know. Thank you.
So I want to ask about, she wants to know about her mom, because she started to have this rashes on her belly and head the last 3 days. Is there anything that you could tap into and give us some information? Is it appropriate for her to know? Do we have permission to have this information?
Yeah. I'm just trying to step into it. I'm just opening up something. I think it's the food. Bella's always telling her mom to eat healthier food. And she does it as well, but then she does not because she loves food. I can try and get rid of these scratches and also to plant a seed that she needs to eat better food.
Yeah, if we have permission from her higher self, that would be lovely to help her, right?
Yeah, her higher self and we work basically very often together.
How come?
We did a contract.
Okay. So you are very connected.
Very connected.
Is there anything more you would like to say to her about this relationship, about this connection? Anything she needs to know?
She knows, but I know that she needs to hear that. It's good that she get rid of... She was always afraid when she was a little kid that something happens to her mother and that a car accident or whatever. She was always afraid.
To lose her?
But now she understands how everything is going with her contracts and that only car accidents and accidents or sicknesses are because of something you decide before you come down here, or because you're like you're not in tune with your emotions. But her mother is so in tune with her emotions. Jesus, she will never get sick. That everything is fine. So yeah, she just needs to concentrate on her diet, because otherwise she has scratches, or like we will make her notice that she just needs to eat healthier and better food. So I try to get rid of this craving what she has.
Okay, wonderful, thank you. So can we talk a little bit about her relationships with men? Is there anything that perhaps she needs to know, to understand now, to bring more balance? Is there anything that she's afraid of, or that she should change in her behavior or in her belief system?
Yeah, she's doubting herself because she didn't grow up with a dad, and she always thinks there's something missing.
Oh, and I remember her saying that she was bullied a lot in school about that, right? So these are still, she still carries this with her.
Yeah, it's a hole.
Wow.
It's a hole inside of her.
Can we work on that?
Yes.
Because this just doesn't serve her, and it shouldn't.
No, because she tries to fill this hole with people who are making this hole bigger. And it's getting bigger, but she's observing it already, she knows it. But her self-esteem is getting better and better from every day, but it's not easy for her to allow it to get better, because this hole is so big that she needs to fill it with so much self-esteem that a normal person can't fill in such a short time. So of course this doubt is like still there, but she can fill it with love that we have for her. And that's what we did in the beginning.
That's exactly what I was thinking about right now. That, and hoping, and I wanted to ask you about it, that if this energy blast that she had,
yes,
was also part of it was to assist her in that.
It was the missing piece she needs to have on her journey.
Wow. So how does this whole, quote unquote, look like now after the energy transmission?
A little self-doubt is always good. But this hole is not a hole anymore. It's more like a, I mean, basically you can see your feet when you stand in it. You can see your feet when you stand in the hole.
What do you mean?
When it's full of love, and it's kind of like a vibration, and when you see it, you feel it. So basically it's no hole anymore.
Amazing then. And anything else you would like to add on this subject with relationships? Any advice perhaps? If there's anything else you would like to say to her? She was wondering also if and when she's going to meet the one.
She recently has an interesting view of love. She doesn't think anymore that true love is found or with one person. She loves Dave, but from a distance, and she knows that that's love too. That you can actually love people from distance, not being with them in the human or physical form. And that's fulfilling already for her, and she's doing a good job to be with people who are like raising her vibration, because that's what she needs, especially in Berlin. She needs people where she can grow and where she can receive, and I think she understands it now that we're here and we give her the people she can grow with and the people from her past, and that's done. She's different now. That's why she's also feeling so terrible when there's someone in her life who can't match her vibration. She's draining, and her energy is so subtle that she feels she can't handle it anymore. She really can't.
I know what you mean, yeah.
And you think, okay, wow, but I did it like all my life with these people. Why is it so painful now? But you're on a different vibration and you're on a different frequency. It just lowers your frequency, and you can't do this, you need to get rid of them.
Because she grew and they stayed there. So the gap is now bigger.
The gap is now bigger.
So the stretch is bigger, so of course there's more challenge.
Yes, and she needs to let go of these people because they're training her, and she needs 2 days to get rid of all the negative energy in her apartment, and it's really it's just like frustrating for her.
I understand what you mean. Would you say that she should do this without guilt also? Just lovingly let them go, release them, and not without judging them, just move on and just...
She needs to let it go. I mean, she's also asking about this Jamal dude, and she knows that he is so poison for her. He was good at one point to distract her, and that's why we also like kept him towards her. But now it's just like done. I mean, enough is enough, and that's why we also stole the 20 euros.
What do you mean? Who stole them?
We didn't want that she is like with him anymore, so we needed a plan that she really needs to get rid of him.
Amazing. So she thought it's him?
Yeah, I mean, basically it's him, but it's not actually him.
That's awesome.
But it's kind of him. It's him. And this is like a beginning of him. He's not just good for her.
I see.
And now she has a reason to doesn't like him anymore.
Okay.
A good other reason, after all these 100 million other reasons.
So what was his role really in her life? Why did he come into her life? What did he want to teach her? What was this relationship about?
To teach her to teach her who she doesn't want to be anymore, and to teach her who she doesn't want to be in her life anymore, which person and people. He was basically a mirror of her life before, but she doesn't need it anymore. She doesn't need this mirror anymore because she knows who she wants, and she also knows who she doesn't want, and people who she actually can't allow anymore in her life because of her frequency. And every time he's there, her frequency is just not destroyed, but distracted. So it takes 2 and 3 days to put her frequency up again, and that's just like it's annoying for us as well.
Of course. Now that you say so, may I ask a question that perhaps would be helpful for her? It doesn't come from her, but any tips on how to raise raise frequency fast and successfully?
The food. I mean, she doesn't eat so much food anymore. Maybe 1 or 2 times a day. She notices it and she likes it, and it's good because the frequency is getting higher, and she also already knows that it's better to eat more green food and vegetables and fruits, but also liquid food. She knows that she it's okay, but she's still like a human, and she loves food so much that sometimes she eats too much when she eats. And then she feels stuffed. Then she complains. And she knows it already. But she loves food. And another thing is, I mean, she does everything already. I don't know. She meditates. That's really good for her. It's good that she has like a rhythm now. And her bathtub it's brilliant for her. And she also knows that she gets all the answer in the bathtub. She hears us. She knows that.
I wonder how you come to us in the shower, in a bathtub. I've heard so many people having the same experience. Can you Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, that's like the best place and time when you're still and you're just with the water, and the water is also energy, and it's making you clear, the connection is clear.
Mm-hmm. So it really has to do also with the element of the water.
Yes.
Okay.
It's grounding and washing off everything what you don't need. You have so much you put on and you don't even notice it and knows it. But especially in the city, which is so much full of destructive energy everywhere. So yeah, of course we come through the element of water into your mind, also to receive and to give.
Because I've heard that water is a carrier of energy, strong carrier of energy, so it does really make total sense.
Oh yes, and it's good also to meditate in water or in silence with water. She also does it with Reiki, and that's very good. Or she's always talking to us. She always thinks that she needs to talk to us out loud, and she doesn't do it because she is always in her mind talking to us, and that's more than enough. You don't need to think, you need to say words out loud. We hear you. Of course it's helpful, it doesn't harm or anything. Just find your way to connect and to perceive.
So you are very connected to her when she's in the water and when she meditates.
Yes. Especially in the water. But she's listening to us. So she's so brave. She does it very good. She knows what to do to keep her mind clear. And she's trying to act since a couple of weeks, maybe, more than as an observer. But she doesn't know this feeling because it's not familiar with her. And now she thinks she does a not so good job in it. But it's not right. She does a good job in it.
How can she be in contact with that part of herself that we are connecting now in her everyday life, on demand, whenever she just even embody this inner wisdom? How can she do that?
She can try and touch something, like her necklace, to being in touch with her soul and to us. She can try and touch her necklace.
The necklace that she's wearing now? Okay. Why this necklace?
It's a protection from negative energy, and it's her reminder of the spirituality. It grounds her.
So she had a recurring dream about this being visiting her at night. Is it appropriate for her to know more about this? What was this all about? And why she doesn't have this dream anymore?
We're checking on her.
Okay.
To see how she is, because she had not an easy life. So we wanted to see how she is, and to be her guardians and guardians, because she felt alone oftentimes in her life.
So you're scanning her?
Yes.
Are you scanning her physical body or emotional body?
Both.
Both. Okay, wonderful. Thank you for doing this. I would ask you also to do it.
Of course. We love doing this.
And if you see anything that we could release today?
Blame.
Blame?
She carries blame.
She was blaming for herself?
Only for herself.
Okay.
That's the only thing she needs to get rid of. Letting go of her own blame.
Why was she doing that? Why was she blaming herself?
Because of the relationship with her boyfriend. But we also told one time she had a session with a friend of hers, and we tried to communicate through her that blame is unnecessary, that everyone is responsible for their own decision.
Yeah.
She received it, but she doesn't really receive it, But she blames herself that she was too emotional in her relationship with Dave, or that she was really aggressive towards him. But it was only because he didn't understand her. She couldn't talk to him, and the emotion got stuck into her body, and he didn't hear her.
Yeah.
And it drove her crazy, it drove her nuts. She was screaming because she couldn't do anything against it. She couldn't escape from her inner feelings anymore. So that was the only way out for her feelings. And she blames herself for being so emotional, but she shouldn't blame herself for it. He's a big boy, he can handle it.
So where did she hide all this blame in her body? Where is it?
In her hands. That's why they are so heavy. Also right now. And we also told her in another session that hands are the indicators of feelings getting stuck, because the arms are the bond between the heart, and the hands are there because the feelings are getting stuck in the hands, in the fingers.
So is it time for her now to release that negative energy?
Of course.
Because it doesn't serve her, right? She doesn't need it?
No.
Is she ready to release this energy, to let it go?
She's ready to let it go.
Wonderful. So please go ahead and do so.
She's ready, but I need to work tonight.
Okay.
As well, because it's heavy.
I understand. And it's better to work on her when her conscious mind is completely out of the way. I totally understand it. Wonderful. Thank you so much in advance. So, is there anything else on her? Can we continue the scan and on her physical, emotional body, and see if there's anything else that we need to address today?
No.
Okay, so she's in a good state, in a good health overall. Wonderful, amazing. Okay, so there's another question now. I think it will be the closing subject. And
Emily.
Yes, Emily.
She knows it. She's here.
Is she?
They're one. They've always been.
Can you explain that?
So, they were always the same person, and they always had this extremely bond. The bond that goes beyond any imagination and beyond death. And she thought it's normal to have this bond to a person, but now she knows it's not common. It's actually very rare. Emily is this type of human being, the soul, that they connected through the essence, because they are one. So it was not from this earth, it was beyond any imagination. They felt this connection because this connection was not earthly. They saw the essence and they felt so much love for them. But this love is not gone. It's within Bella and within her. It's so powerful because they're working now together. She's here and with her.
Can we talk to her? Could she speak through Bella if it's appropriate? So, Emily, do we have permission? Connect now to Bella and
Yes.
speak through her.
Yes.
Okay, so are we now talking to Emily?
I miss you, but I'm here, and you know this. And we're doing this together. You can always talk to me, and I'm always there, and I try my best that you can see me one day. But first of all, you need to trust and to listen and just to be. I'm good, and I'm there. I'm always with you, and I can't wait to see you soon. I'm hoping not so much soon, but soon. Everything was fine. It needed to be.
Are you in peace?
Of course.
Yes?
Yes. I love her, and she doesn't need to think she should have done something better. It's my way. It needed to happen this way.
Why did you decide to have such a challenging life? Is it appropriate for Bella to know?
Bella can know everything.
Perhaps it will help her, that's why I'm asking. You chose this experience, didn't you?
Yes.
Because I wanted Bella to see the situation. I know she does already. Perhaps if she could see it a little bit more from an expanded perspective, so she doesn't feel so much pain. Yeah, it's difficult for her that you are not here in the body.
I know. I see her crying so much. Painful crying. She can't breathe anymore.
So what would you like to say to her now that she's listening to you?
I'm there, and you can see me through this work, what we do together. This is our path, and I wanted to do this experience because it leads us together into another dimension and into a deeper connection that we would have been doing on Earth. It's our destiny, and you are the vessel for it. You are the vessel for our journey, and you know that. And you have the better conditions for it.
Is it appropriate for her to know today why did you decide to live in such a drastic way? So suddenly and so seemingly violently.
It was time for the journey to start. My physically ending was our beginning.
Okay.
It was time.
So you chose it on a certain level? To end this life, I mean?
I didn't end this life. Bella's right, I wouldn't have done this. But I just
To decide to die, even if we
Mm.
call it an accident.
Mm.
Yeah.
And she knows it already, that everything has to do with self-esteem and to always doing the wrong decisions with men.
Mm.
And it leaded her on herself, on her journey, because she dig deeper and deeper and deeper, and why, and it leaded her to her trainee in psychotherapy, because she wants to understand why people like feel about doing stuff like this, why they're like being so rude to women or so draining and energy wise. But in the end, it's all connected. In the end, it's all there for a reason. And the reason was to experience this and to experience this pain, because this pain she can now transform into this love, into this energy, what she calls her purpose. And we're doing this together now. And I'm helping her from the other side, and I'm helping her to perceive and to get and to give to people. And when she's keeping track and everything, she's able to see me soon.
Mm-hmm.
Because she wants to see me.
Yeah.
She feels me. She feels me through her eyes. She's like talking to herself sometimes in the mirror.
Wow.
And she sees me because she is looking into her eyes, and she knows they are my eyes.
So she doesn't doubt
No.
this connection.
No, she doesn't.
That's wonderful, right?
Yes, and she knows it, and
Beautiful.
I know that she loves me. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you so much. It's such an honor that you gave permission to connect with her in this way.
Welcome.
And I would like to close this session reconnecting again with Bella's inner wisdom. And I would like to ask if there's anything that you wish that she would have asked today that we didn't.
Trust, and we know you love us. We love you too. You don't need to say it all the time. And you're doing it good. You're doing it great. And we find you in your apartment. Don't you worry. Everything is good. Keeping this energy, and everything will fall into however you want to have it. And yeah, you know everything already.
She does, right?
Yeah.
It's just time that she stops doubting.
Yeah, it was necessary that she came today to you. And she knew it, and she was super excited as well, because it was time for her to experience it, to talk to us,
To remember.
But also to connect to you.
Beautiful. Thank you for sending her to me. It's absolutely lovely.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Is there any last message before we close? Is there anything you would like to leave us with?
Follow your heart always, even when the people around you can't perceive it, even when the people don't know their right, true essence yet.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome. It was very nice talking to you.
The same here. Thank you so much for all this wisdom and for reminding us, and thank you for for the healing. I think she's really going to appreciate it.
Oh yeah, she will.